What do you think it is that makes women, or you particularly, successful in the private sector? Like, I mean, what skills or what kind of brain wiring or natural propensities do you think it is that makes women? I mean, we kind of touched on earlier, like they're a little bit more scrappy because they were underserved or undervalued. So then you have this grit or work ethic that you don't, that just is by virtue of being overlooked or undervalued.
Let's be clear. People act like somehow there's some big divide between people who are working in social impact organizations and corporations. That is not. Still doing the exact same stuff. In my nonprofit, we have metrics we have to meet, we have to market, we have all kinds of things we have to do that is the same. I went to both the social work school and the business school at University of Chicago. My background is nothing to sneeze at. I'm a quant nerd and pretty brainy, to be honest. But I really wanted to solve social problems as my life force. I really designed a philosophy around a strengths-based approach to change. And it started with poverty alleviations. I worked with over 6,000 women, low-income women who wanted to start companies. And most of them, think about the domestic violence survivor or the trafficking survivor, they would come and they would say, okay, I want to start a jewelry business. Hey, if this keeps you out of danger, if this gives you a sense of I'm the CEO of my own company and it transforms who you are in your brain and everybody around you, how they relate to you, and you can have a life of dignity, to me, that is success. Of course, I worked with women like that, and I worked with women who could start and run a bigger type of a company. So I did that for 12 years, and I actually there were some federal programs, including a regulated financing called a CDFI, that a Certified Development Financial Institution, like most community banks are called a CDFI. That was really sort of the foundation. So I was in a regulated industry. I was doing microloans and other financing products. I was looking at business plans. So for me, they may have been for smaller companies and not all, venture backable for sure. But it wasn't a very big leap to go to financing people with venture funding that are higher growth technology enabled companies. It wasn't a big deal to make that transition. To me, think about this, Lindsay. I've got 600 women who've never invested in venture capital before. They now not only are making the money you make when you invest in venture capital, but when they go network out in the world and they say, hey, I'd love to talk to you about going on your board. By the way, I'm a venture investor. It changes the conversation. To me, I think about you, Lindsay, as a whole woman. You are a philanthropist. I know you donate to someone. You've spent your life in philanthropy. You invest some money. I know you've got retirement funds, if not lots of other, resources. And you also are looking at your own leadership and how you can have an impact in the world. You're a whole person. Everybody listening to this podcast is a whole, complete person. And finding a place where you can get together with other women that are top leaders like you are, and we can actually do stuff together to actually move markets, that's a big win.